Well, g'day tubes, how's she hanging? So we got a box here from Fort 9. We ordered some parts for Dill's bike. This is not how it came. I've already looked at this, so. But I thought you guys would be interested in this, so we got some nice. Boom! Like a gun going off, eh? Awesome. These are just like little airbag pack thingies. Okay, so new brake pads. We'll look at those in a second. These are some brake pads or shoes. Sorry, I got some shoes for the rear of his bike. It's got some drum brakes on it. So these get a spring from one side to the other. So these are like a return spring, so it's not always on. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with his bike, but it's probably something to do with, I think it's this end. There's another piece that goes in here that when you turn the brakes, it kind of turns, and it's not, it's kind of hard to explain, but basically it turns, and when you push on the brake pedal, and it opens them up like that. So I think the little shaft thing that goes through the brake drum kind of thing is probably got a bit of seizure on it. And I got these because I imagine that these pads have wore pretty much right off, because as soon as you get any grime in that assembly, it'll just eat these pads, brake material right off of them. So I got them a set of those two. We got to look at that after. Let's put this all back in here. Just a little quick video today. I actually got the shock that was leaking off his bike up at the dealership. They ordered parts in and they're going to rebuild it. So it's not cheap, but you know, he's just like trying to tell me, well, you know, this one's already done this. You probably should do the other one too. I'm like, well, it's not broke, don't fix it, kind of thing, right? So I'll do the other one if the other one goes, but it'll probably be fine, but who knows, right? But anyways, these are the front disc brakes. So you look at the sort of thickness, sort of hard to get a good cleanish kind of spot. You can see the thickness of those ones, what's left of the brake material, compared to this in the light, compared to these ones, which are quite a bit thicker. Let's see if we can get both going here. Okay, I can hold that with that in the camera. So, oh, come on, I think he's done pretty good. That's a lot of braking he's done with that. So, due for new ones, and these are, they had different ones you could get, and I was really concerned about if they were going to be the exact match, and we're pretty darn good there, I think, so should be good. But these are a high-performance off-road brake pads, powerful and controlled braking for Moto X and ATV. Road letter finger motorcycle brakes. What was it I was reading? This product is asbestos, lead, nickel free. Where the heck was I? Oh, here. High durability sintered pad for ATV and Moto X utility riding in mud and wet conditions, which is exactly what he's in. So, high durability organic pad impregnated with carbon particles for high speed enduro and dual purpose street use. So that should be good. They should last for hopefully quite a while. Anyways, so we got those, and then of course he had a flat tire on his front, his tube, and more than twice as thick. So I got him a tube, although I did, so we'll say, band-aid fix the tube that was already in the bike, in the tire. I just used some of that green slime stuff, put it in there. It actually works pretty good. Now you wouldn't do that if it was a street bike. You'd have to actually fix it, but because it might put that at a balance, and then you maybe, if you're doing high speeds, you might get a high speed. Oh, that's just the valve cap. So you wouldn't do that on a street bike, but I got him another tube. just in case. But it was leaking somewhere around the valve area, not the valve itself, but you could hear it inside, like leaking pretty good. So I'm like, oh, I didn't like that. So I put the slime into it, and you could hear like instantly like it was like a little. So I spun the tire a bit, bounced a bit, and then done. It was good. So those are some parts we got for them. Like I say, the shock is in right now getting rebuilt. They had to order the parts, so he says, oh, that's going to be a couple of days, and then he didn't really say how long. He said maybe about a week or so to get her back. So anyways, we got those parts to put back on, and I'll get all the front part back on before we tear apart the rear. Look at those rear brakes, because I want to, you know, not get a whole pile of stuff all ripped apart all at once. So, but there we go, some parts. And I must apologize to you guys for the lack of videos lately. I've been really busy doing all my spring cleaning up and stuff, and there's been lots going on and just haven't had time. So by the time I get home and, you know, have some dinner and do whatever, some things, maybe like a farm sim game or something, that's pretty much the end of it. So I do have some projects coming up soon though, where I want to excavate out by the back door and stuff and start laying all those patio stones I built there. We did that, I remember last year we showed you a video of that, making those, mixing and making, and we got to do a little bit of excavation with the little Mini X, and I still have to get some, either some gravel or something, or some limestone screenings or something, and tamp those into what I'm going to excavate out, and put the patio stones onto it. So we've got a bit of work there to do. I don't exactly know when that's coming up, but whenever I get a 5 free minutes, you know. So, but I guess that's about it for today. Like I say, we're just waiting for his shock to get rebuilt, and we can get her putting all back together, and hopefully he's good to go for a little while again. So, but we got to look at the rear brakes too. We should have them working. It's kind of important to have rear brakes. It's probably why these ones kind of wore out faster than they should have, because these do more front brakes than the rear and front combined, right? So you're whipping along, you jam on the front brakes real quick to try to stop, right? And it's going to eat up the brakes faster. So I imagine it's got some mud and some dirt and some goo and stuff inside of it, and it just kind of needs to be taken apart and cleaned out and washed out and blasted out with some air. And then with the new Dewey's on, hopefully the drum part's okay, because I think that would be the expensive part. These parts weren't too bad, really. Oh, they don't show me the price on that ticket. I don't know if they actually sent anything else. Can't really remember now, but it wasn't that bad. And these Fort 9, they're just in Montreal, so but they do everything from like dirt bike stuff right into like cruiser bikes and pretty much anything like that, ATV stuff. There's a whole pile of stuff they do, clothing and everything, and parts, and it's pretty neat. So, and it's local-ish to me, so I think the shipping was actually free too. So, so that's pretty good. But anyways, Farm Sim Saturday's up, going for tomorrow. This is of course Friday evening, and right now. And I haven't figured out anything to do game-wise for Sunday yet, but what would you guys like to see? You guys pretty well know what games I have, so the Half-Life 2 stuff's finished now. I've got one more episode of that to put up, and then eventually we're going to get into the Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and then Episode 2. We'll do all those. And yeah, so I mean, tomorrow we could do some, or Sunday, sorry, we could do some GTA 5 or some Minecraft stuff, or truck simulator stuff. I haven't played Astroneer for a while because they had changed a pile of stuff, and right now it seemed to be kind of stupid, and I didn't really like how much you had to do just to get stuff going, you know. So but it adds a little bit more to the game too, so maybe we should try it sometime. But what else have I got? Truck simulator. Pretty much got everything that I can think of anyways. So yeah, if you guys let me know what you want to see on Sunday, we'll fire it up and get her going. But thanks again for watching. That's it for today. I'll let you know when we get parts here, shock back, and should be all good to go. And I'll start reassembling the front end. I'm not exactly sure how you get the shock perfectly straight again, because it's got to be straight with all the brake mechanism and stuff, right? So we'll have to get all that figured out. I should have probably marked it before I took it off, but I forgot. I loosened the bolts and it just kind of fell out. I'm like, oh, geez. So it's too late for that, but we'll get it all kind of roughly lined up, I guess, and then get things tightened down again. So, but anyways, thanks again for watching. Sorry it's only a little shorty today. That's about all the time I got, though. So, sorry, that's the way she is now. And we'll catch you all tomorrow for Farm Sim, and then whatever you guys think you want to see for Sunday. So anyways, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and we'll do her. So catch you all later, and have a good night.